Hello, welcome back. Today let's solve Leetcode 2559, count vowel strings in range. Okay, and we have a zero index array of string words and a 2D array of integers called queries. So for each query starting from Li to Ri, ask us to find the number of strings present in the range Li to Ri, both inclusive of words that start and end with a vowel. Okay, and our task is return an array answer of the size query.length, where answer I is the answer for the I query. Okay, and then we have five vowels letters: A, E, I, O, and U. Okay. Okay, so for this problem, okay, so for example, for this problem, okay, first of all, we will need to check for the condition first. For this condition first, right, we will need to check for each word in the given array words if it satisfies the condition is that is start and end with a vowel. Okay, so for example, for this words, and then we will represent it as if we will mark it as one if the condition is satisfied. Okay, satisfied. Yes, satisfied. And zero if it doesn't satisfy. Okay, it means otherwise. Okay, and okay, and then we will check for every single word in in the array words, and then we will check first, does ABI satisfy the condition is start with vowel and end with vowel. Yes, it does, right, and then we will mark it as one. And for this one, it doesn't satisfy, right, because B is not a vowel, so we represent it as 0. And ECE is satisfied, right, then 1. AI satisfied, then 1, and E satisfied, then 1. Okay. Okay, and then when we have this array, and then we can check for each query from the left index to the right index, and then we will count how many um, words that satisfy the condition within the range within the query, right? For example, from 0 to 2 we have how many? 0 to 2, 0, 1 and 2, we have 2, right? We have 2. And then from 1 and 4 we have how many? 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, we have 3. And then 1 to 1 we have how many? 0, right? And this is the array of answer. Okay, so let's check. Yes, 2, 3 and 0. Okay, and then I think the main problem of this problem is of the main problem of this solution is if and we notice that we have the constraint, the words length may up to 10 powers of 5. So it means if for each query, and how many of queries do we have? Also 10 powers of 5, up to 10 powers of 5, right? And then assume that we have 10 10 power of 5 queries. We have 10 power of 5 queries. Okay, and then for each query we will loop through from left. We will loop from left to the right, and we will do it 10 powers of 5 times. Okay, and what happens? So we will got time limit exceeded, right? Time limit exceeded because we have too many for loops. The time complexity is quite large. Okay, so how to optimize it? Okay, well, to optimize this, we might need to apply a technique called prefix sum. So we will need to build a prefix sum array. We have prefix sums. So what is prefix sums? Prefix sum is an array that has the same length with the initial array, but the current elements will be equal to the previous sum plus the current element. So for example, the prefix sum of this array will be 1 0 should be 1 and then 1, because 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 0 is 1, and then this one is 2, this one is 3, and the final element is 4, right? So this is the prefix sum of this array, and then we will use this prefix sum for each query. We don't need to do the loop from the left index to the right index for every single query. Okay, and from left to right, if the query at 0 is 0, right? I mean if the left index is 0, we only need to return the value at the right index, right? Because for example, we query from 0 to 2, which is we have our answer at this is 2, right? Okay, and from 1 to 4, okay, from 1 to 4 we have 4, but we have one extra answer, right? We will need to subtract it out because this is the prefix sum from 0 to 4. Okay, so this is 4 is the prefix sum. 4 is the prefix sum from 0 to 4, and then if we want to get 0 to 4, 1 to 4, we only need to get the we will get the prefix sum at 4, and then we minus prefix sum at 0, right? So our formula will be prefix sum at query 1 minus prefix sum at query 0 minus 1. Okay, so that is the formula to calculate the count, the final count. Okay, so let's apply. Okay, we have this is so for the first query, that is the S case we already mentioned, uh, right? If the query is 0, if the left index is 0, we only need to return the value at the right index, which is 2. Okay, and 1 and 4. Okay, apply this formula, okay, and it will be equals to prefix sum at 4, which is 4, right, and minus prefix sum at 1, so we have 4 minus 1, and then we have 3. Okay, it's correct. And for 1 1, we will apply the same prefix sum at, so now it is prefix sum at 1, and then minus prefix sum at 0, which is 1 minus 1, so we have 0, right? So I think that's all for the idea. That's all for the optimal solution of this problem, and then let's dive into the implementation. Okay, and first of all, we will need to check for every single word, and for every word we will need to check for this condition, and if it satisfies the condition, we will mark it as 1, otherwise we will mark it as 0. Okay, and we will need another method to check is start and with vowel string w, and we will return w dot start with a, or w dot start with e, or w start with I, or start with O, or start with U. So this is the first condition, right? And for the second condition, and we will, I think, let me copy for this condition. We only need to change start with, we replace start with by ends with. Okay, okay, missing a semicolon. Okay, and okay, for the main method, what we do, we will check for string words. Okay, and if is start, okay, and I think let's use a classical for loop. Okay, and we need an array to store the count. No, it's not really counts, but it should be a check array, right? So we have check at I equals to is start, and with vowel words at I, we will mark it at 1. otherwise 0. Okay, and then what we do next, we will build the prefix sum array, right? Then have int prefix sum new int check dot length, then prefix sum at 0 will be set to the check at 0. Okay, and for from 1 to check dot length dot plus prefix sum at I equals to prefix sum at I minus 1 plus check at I. Okay, and now we will check for the queries. Okay, and for int query in queries, what we do, okay, so let's declare a list of count new array. Let's okay, and we should check this S case first, right? If okay, so we have left will be query at 0 and right is query as 1. Okay, if left is equals to 0, we only need to get the value of the prefix sum at right, else else we will apply this condition. Okay, prefix sum at right minus prefix sum at left minus 1. Count dot add prefix sum at right minus prefix sum at left minus 1. Okay, and finally we will need to convert the list to the primitive array. So int answer new int count dot size. Okay, and for I starting from 0, I less than count dot size I plus plus answer as I will be assigned to count at get int. Okay, and finally we'll return the answer. Okay, let's check. Oh, it looks good. Let's try to submit. Okay, accept.